Get Bam Bam way out there. Yeah, they actually came in for breakfast this morning, so had to feed. Dino's group's still eating over there. He's probably got his pan empty by now, so I should go get it before it ends up kicked outside or somewhere. Haven't fed the dogs yet. I thought Ty was going to feed the old lady in Tahoe and Buffalo, but no, I ended up doing that to shut them up finally. Overcast day. Might rain, might not. You know how that goes. And my mom just sent me a text. Yeah. I knew it was coming. I just didn't know when. That away, over along the highway. Farm there, they're multi-generational. Well, really, they've only had livestock, but we heard here a while back that the current generation, his wife had stage 4 cancer. I don't remember where. I want to say it might have been in the bones and somewhere else. Anyway, Mom just found out yesterday. Yeah, she just texted me again. It was bone cancer. She just let me know this morning. Apparently, she did finally pass away. I haven't seen a whole lot of activity around her the last few times I've been by, because apparently with her having cancer, he was selling everything off. Our rake dolly for the old 55 New Holland rakes, the one we pull out when we have to, we got it from him. He put it together, and then we greatly improved. He made it work. And so, hey. And he was into belted Galloways. Really the only ones around here anymore that I know of. He'd done a lot of different breeds, a lot of different breeding programs. And probably 10 years ago, I guess, he told me, he says, I'm going to stick with the belts. He says, I'm almost all belted Galloway, and that's what I aim to hit for it. I don't know if he ever actually got 100% or not, but he had some good looking cows. But at any rate, his wife has moved on, and I imagine my dad's probably up there chatting with her. I'm sure he'd go pull up a chair and set a cup of coffee in front of her, and they're probably sitting there just a gabbing. Nice lady, nice family. Well, last generation wasn't so nice, but current generation's nice. Just don't get to see them that often. So anyway, yeah, that's the start to my morning. Isn't that right, old lady? Yeah, I know, you want some hay. Get her some hay, pick a pan up, and figure what to do, because, I don't know, I got manure to get hauled out, bulls to get away from the cows. Becky and Ty want to get stuff going in the basement, and a bunch of stuff to get gone through down there and moved out there, and yeah, let's just throw 20 million things all at once. That's how it usually goes.
So now, where'd that smile go? Oh, smile away. There.
Talk about a mess to go through. It is. The plan is the other side of that is going to be a bedroom. That's how the original house plans were anyway. And walk-in wardrobe's going to come to about there. And just about here. So not too awful much to build in. But this all has to get cleaned out anyway, and this has been packed full of shit for a long time. I mean, we even got back to the days when you bought Simple Green. I think it all came from Weimar years ago. Old linoleum roller down there, and boxes and boxes and boxes of a little bit of everything. I think that one was my grandfather's. That one probably too. That's our old Smith's torch out of the shop. Hey, not a very big torch, but that's one of the best torches I've ever run, and I've run just about everything. And if you want to go make a phone call, it's a wall hanger. And I think those things are going to get emptied and cleaned up, put on a shelf. Oh, there was something else I was going to show you. Oh yeah, if you want some fence chargers, old battery one, 2 Gallaghers, one purchased in 09 I think, and the other one was in 12 or something. And the red one in the corner is ancient. So I think all that crap's going to the shop, and she's got to start up a pile going to the shop there. Start of a scrap pile. We've already taken a bunch of stuff out of here. And that was Grampus. I know a few of you do know what that is. One guy really comes to mind, Matt the Scrap Whisperer. I guarantee he knows what that is. The rest of you, that's a post drill. Made to mount on a post. It's actually mounted on a 2x6. Grandpa had it on the 2x6, and I think he had it tied to a post on top of his workbench, if I remember right. And most of that stuff we went through a few years ago, and I don't remember where it's going to go. 2 sets of pipe dies. Oh, is that where that went? An old, God, what would they call that? The brand on it. Anyway, it's a planter, just a single. That was going to get used to make a gopher killer at one point in time. I think that may be an old tap set, but I don't remember. It's been a long time. So, yeah, most of it's been here a few years. Sure wish we'd have found that a couple years ago when I was trying to work on a carburetor. And it used to be, God, when we ran the stick all the time. Literally from there to there on, maybe it was that shelf. Both shelves were full of rod. So yeah, people pass away, you get, family members pass away, you get their stuff, and then it's here. A lot of the stuff, it ain't worth anything other than sitting on a shelf or a wall hanger. Old irons. I don't know what Ty did with it. Said it somewhere and lost it, I guess. Oh, here it is. Let's go back and do some solder in an old-fashioned way, boys. Tell her to keep that stuff together. This stuff's going to go out to the shop. Tri-bar, a couple of squares. Lots of stuff to go through. Lots of shit to throw away. Poison, well, it's denatured alcohol. Just don't drink it. And found a couple little jars of strychnine for killing gophers and some mole kill stuff. And I gotta do something with that stuff. There's some grate digger holes that can probably use it. We'll see. And that came from my uncle. It's full of mostly oddball tools and shit. And that box should be full of tooling for the lathe and stuff like that, which all has to go somewhere. Steering wheel. Had that on my 59 Pete, and then later bought the other hub, which is one that's on it. I don't know where the original hub is, and had it on the 72 Freightliner. I was going to put it in the 92, but yeah, So, yeah, this is what the mornings consisted of. The back of the toaster is full of stuff that Ty is taking home. And that's out of the back of Ty's car. She's going to put it in something different because the hinges broke. I think she's going to put it in that. So, yeah, wasting the day here this way, right? But get a bite to eat. Still gotta feed a bale for Dino's group, and I probably gotta move the steers feeder to feed them. But it's comfy out here. It's 60, about 66 degrees. That ain't too bad yet. Not moving any irrigation right now. Gonna say I gotta run the big one somewhere to run the little one down there, and grass is slowed down on moving so much it ain't fun, or on growing. I left this open for me. So, and hey, being I took the video, I'll put it in here. Got great grandma with Blakely for a little bit. Had to have a meeting this morning, figure some things out. Yeah, hold on tight. The world is getting to be a shit show. Kind of nice that I got some help. You don't want me to film you going over the fence? No. Okay, then I won't. But you better hurry or you won't be able to get to that bale. One's already cut for you because the rodents in the field cut it for you. Look at that, she made it. Spent a lot of time looking for that. Problem on this one is the notch is wore out here where this is supposed to catch. And I've reground it, and yeah, there's nothing left to do anymore. So, there's a new one with a good notch in it, for the most part. And here's where we found it. Found it on eBay. $28 and what was it? $28.95, and they shipped it for nothing. You can get this piece by itself all day long for like $6-8, but half the time they don't have the reverse button in them. It's finding this part. So anyway, got it now. So I'm gonna take it over to the shop, put that on, because every now and then I forget, or somebody else grabs this bike and loses my rock. That's not my favorite rock. There's 2 or 3 favorites laying here somewhere that I haven't been able to find for a while. So this showed up right before we went to feed, so I'm gonna go take care of that. Maybe even show you some of putting it on. We'll see. Fun getting to this part. You end up reusing the reverse deal, but you can't pull that cable enough to get it out of the slot. you got to take this off the cable first, and then you still got to pull the cable to get it out of that slot. And the other thing that was a pain in the ass, those threads are slightly stripped and gone, so it wouldn't come out, and it was galled up. So I had to get the little impact and held the end of the bolt down tight on here, and finally got it to come out. So it should be easy from here on out. Should be. I like the quality there. If you can see that or not, they don't line up very well. Maybe that just needs to turn the other way, which might line up. If not, we'll see if the old one lines up on it. If it don't line up, it'll break. So yeah, more fun. Almost forgot. I gotta take this off this one and put it on that one. So the spring that pops through the hole, and of course everything goes on the bolt. So should be fun, right? Should be. There's the old bolt laying over there on that rag. Slight change of plans. Stuff like that, I like to use these little impacts. Best chance of getting them loose, and well, let's just say it wasn't going to move. So there's nothing wrong with this one. And the nice thing about this one, it actually has a bushing in there where the new one does not. At least not that I can tell. Maybe it does. Yeah, I guess it does. Either way, this one's actually a touch thicker and fits better. So I'm just going to use the old handle. Gives us a spare handle that'll fit 3-4 different bikes around here anyway. Yeah, when I was much younger, it was always the handles we broke. But anyway, make it a little easier maybe. Little change of plans. This is the guide off the old one, and this is the new handle. Why? Because things didn't line up right. The old handle, the cable was out a little farther, and then the new guide has a narrower slot in it, and it screwed up the coating on the cable, so I just had to cut the coating off the end of the cable, and hopefully it doesn't bunch up now. And threads are good in that hole, but that hole, I was running up with my frickin' Leatherman and stripped it out. Well, it's not stripped, the threads looked alright, but maybe the screw's not quite big enough. I don't know. I even switched screws. And of course that's a blind hole, so it's not like I can put a longer screw in and put a nut on the other side. If it was the top one, it'd be easy. I can put a nut on it. Now I gotta figure out what to do. It's on there. I can put this back up here now, right? I don't know if the burst works. I haven't tried that yet, but that's working. Look at that. It'll work. Put a washer on there simply because the shoulder bolt bottomed out in the bottom before it ever touched up here. I'd rather have it tight here so this can't wiggle and make the handle loose. Those are the screws out of the old handle because they actually tightened up in those holes. That's what happens when Chinese use Chinese hardware in Japanese size holes, I guess. And yeah, I already told you I swapped that. I did get that bolt out and ended up cutting a flat in it. And it was about all I could do to get it broke loose. And of course it's a shoulder bolt, so it's not like I was going to find another one to fit it. So I knocked the burrs off and put it back in. It's there. It's working. I gotta go find out what everybody else is doing. I guarantee I'll have a dry seat in the morning. I had this up too high, and without riding it, I loosened it and adjusted it down, and of course tried to strip that one again. So I brought it in, put a bunch of Loctite on it. That one actually snugged back up with the Loctite on it, so it's going to set. The top one is still loose, hence the screwdriver on the seat. So in the morning, tighten the top one up, and then that should be done. And I noticed that, and there's there, and there, and there. It's all different places that cart's been. And it's got a spot under it again. So apparently I might have to see why that thing leaks too. Yay. So anyway, that's the rest of the hump day. All I got left to do, Ty fed the dogs and the calves and that one cow. Her and Blakely did. And I just got to go feed the steers. And she's got a couple bucketfuls that go in the scrap barrel, and she's got, I don't know, 3 or 4 trays full of stuff to come out here, mostly bolts. A bunch of miscellaneous crap too, so it's all got to find its place. Anyway, thanks for watching, everybody. Hope you all had a good hump day. Hope everybody has a great Thursday.